What is going on, everybody? Oh man, first of all, let me apologize for the delay. Untimely Windows updates were the cause here. So blame your local Microsoft people for having that show go out late. But it's all good. It's all good. We're here tonight and we're getting the show started. Hill will join in a little bit, but it's Two Chains here, the Big Gold Belt, and tonight we got a special. I always say we got special guests, but this one's gonna be really special because like a lot of times there's like this feel of like big time celebrity, and this feels like it's so unapproachable, and it's just like they're there and I'm here. But this is going to be one of the most like family oriented type of interviews besides family oriented language, because we're just going to say whatever the hell we want to say. But this is I'm excited for this episode because I think you guys are going to get. I think everyone's going to take something special from it tonight. But tonight we do have the owner of Battle Club Pro, which is doing amazing things in New York area. Joakim Morales, what's up, buddy? How's it going?
What's up, my brother? Man, it's good to talk to you.
Man, we talked so much off air. I don't even know what direction I want to start with this one now. But I just gotta say, man, thank you again for so much for the things you do as far as the promotion, but just being a hell of a guy. Like anybody that's been to a Battle Club show, you know. Anybody that hasn't been to a Battle Club show, you will find out as you should make your way up into New York come June 21st, where they're going to have some unfinished business,
nice.
Which their next show is going to be off the chain. I'm going to talk about their last show a little bit too, but you do have a week to prepare to get yourself up there. It's 185 Ellery. Am I saying that right? Ellery Street, Brooklyn, New York. And you know, our local base is here in DC, but for you guys that maybe want to make that drive, you're just about 3.5 hours, but it's absolutely worth it because the show is phenomenal. The culture is phenomenal. Everyone, you're gonna walk into Battle Club thinking that you've been there before, because that's just how it just feels. It's like not tight niche with like cliques and stuff like that, you know, all that high school propaganda BS. This is literally feels like a family reunion each time you go in there, and everyone's just like, you know, welcoming and welcoming, friendly, all types of good things. What you want independent wrestling to be. But obviously the owner and the head of this the mastermind of this, Joakim, we're going to tap into his brain a little bit. We're going to stray away from all the dumb questions that's already been asked, and then we're going to talk about the upcoming show next week. But again, yeah. So how's it going today? How you feeling?
Oh man, I'm good. Today was a bit rough at my shoot job.
Yeah.
You know, I in real life I work in a special education high school. The kids can be a bit much, you know,
Yeah.
and on rainy days they like to turn up. So
yeah.
And before 9 o'clock, I stopped like 5 fights.
Well, definitely appreciate your work in that too. I mean, yeah, that is definitely it takes a special type of person to be able to handle that type of job. So you know, appreciate your work in that as well.
Awesome.
But But besides the shoot job, your baby Battle Club, a lot of information is already out there. But I just want to know from you, and this is sort of less a testimony. When you hear Battle Club come off the tongue of people, either you know or see it on Twitter and stuff like that, and you know obviously all the hard work, sacrifices, and dedication that you put into the promotion. Genuinely, just how does it feel for you just to know that people acknowledge it with just such prestige as it is?
I mean, it means the world to me because, you know, the goal is for the fans to see it, because, you know, it's a product, it's entertainment. But when the people who work with us, and that's the primary thing, nobody works for me. We all work in conjunction. There is no show without the wrestlers. There's no show without the staff, the sponsors, camera crew, commentary, announcers. Like, so we all work together. The main focus is that the people who are working with you feel at home. The work environment is somewhere they want to be. We've all had those garbage jobs where you dread clocking in, and the moment you clock in, you hope to blink and the 8 hours is over so you can clock out. That's never what I want. I want it to be welcoming, to like, hey, I see you. I haven't seen you in months. You know, sometimes it's years, and give me a hug. How you doing? How's the family? Talk to me. Hey, I saw that you did this on the West Coast, and I saw that you got the Performance Center trying out. Like, I want the love to spread. When the employees are happy and they're comfortable, that's gonna transition and translate to the fans, and then they're gonna feel it.
Yeah. Also something too that I was going to mention off air, but it's good I could thought of it just now. Something that you do that really stood out to me, and you explained to it in the past, is that as you mentioned how you want everyone to feel included, and you're very thankful for the support of everybody that goes to Battle Club, and the people that sit there and they contribute to it. When you come out and you address the fans, that is what I guess we're going to say that's your tradition now. Like, you do it all the time. But honestly, such a humble guy, and even at time, even watching it live, even being there at live for the last show, and even watching some of the streams, you kind of seem like you're lost at words at time. But like I said, I want to tap into your brain a little bit. When you come through the curtains, and you have to prepare to address the crowd, what is the emotions that going on? And obviously you can catch people up as far as the decision to want to always do that.
So I can tell you. So it started at May the Villain Reign, May 6th, 2017. Which, I mean, I'm not. So, I mean, everybody knows Carlos Aristide's the founder of Battle Club. He was the original owner. I decided to pass it on to me. He said it was built for this. But it started there because he saw the work I was putting in. Like, anytime he needed something, I was there. And I had told him from when he originally wanted to bring me on board, I wanted to be more than just a commentator. I want to do it all. I want to be a partner. So it started there because he felt like it was something I earned. And I was like, are you ribbing me? You're bullshitting me, right? He goes, nah, man, do it. Go ahead, do it. You deserve it. And I was like, okay. So I do a little entrance, and the crowd makes noise. I'm not gonna sit here and say they pop. Like, I'm not, Austin in the '97 Rumble or whatever. But they make some noise, and I'm like, oh man, that feels really good. And that was the same night that we had announced that we were bringing in British Strong Style, and that's something that Carlos had really worked on, and I had convinced him to do it in Brooklyn. So when it was announced that it was Brooklyn, everybody had known that was like me. So the crowd kind of like threw it my way, and I was like, I have 1.5 million things to say. I want an opportunity to say it. So the next time around, when we got to Brooklyn, is where it happened first. It was my junior high school gym.
Yeah. What a moment it is for that.
Right. So it's
taking
like
it back.
I'm bringing the thing I love my entire life, the thing I love most, to my neighborhood, to where I went to school, to where I balled, and I had people in the crowd that I grew up with, and family and friends, and it's just like the opportunity to talk to them and just tell them how it came together and how much I appreciate it. And it's just a crazy high, and it's hysterical because I'm right. We're at the curtain, and the lab is doing their pre-show right before us. But because I was announcing, doing commentary for the lab, so I'm waiting, and Ken Dixon looks over at me. The fuck is this? I'm like, what? He's like, fucking announcers getting entrances.
And anybody that knows that guy, we know that's 100% authentic.
Now here's karma. So I look at him. I'm like, I put the show together, bro. Like, all right. So whatever. I come out again. The crowd makes noise. I address them. Now, Mr. Dixon has a killer match. Forgets his vest. Okay, so this is my neighborhood, my junior high. I work 5 minutes away. So he hits me up. He's like, yo, I lost my vest. Is there any way you can find it for me? So I go, because like I said, I work 5 minutes away. I'm literally able to walk to that school. I grab the vest. I was like, all right, I got it. I'm actually going to be driving down to DC in 2 weeks to hang out with some friends. Where can I link up with you? Oh, that's perfect. So I drive it to him, to his house. He goes, dude, I fucking love you. I was like, you gonna talk shit about my entrances now? he puts his head down. Now that's one of the most because Dixon is such a proud bastard.
Yeah,
he put his head down like this motherfucker got me. But you know, I love his work. I love the fact that he's so bold. He's not about the and it's totally fine to be a metrosexual male, but he's blunt, you know, he's burly, like that's him. And I love that because everybody needs to be different. But it was hysterical. So that's kind of like that's where it began. And literally every show since then has been different. So after British Strong Style, it was the first time we went to Jersey. And that was cool because it was like when you address the crowd, it's like you guys followed us to Jersey. And then while this is going on, I'm getting more and more responsibilities because, you know, unbeknownst to me, Carlos in his head is training me to take over. I don't see it. I just see it as more responsibility.
Yeah.
So March comes and I do it again. I make the address and Mia is, you know, unable to perform, but she's like, I'm still down. I still want to come. I still want to do it. And that was the first show that like 95% of the show I put together.
Nice.
And it was just from there, it became 100% with, you know, little hearsay from Carlos. And he told me in July, looks at me, goes, yeah, I'm done. I said, what?
I'm done. That's it. I'm gone. It's
like,
all
what?
yours.
Yeah, he's like, it's yours. What are you talking about? But yeah, so that's what it is. Every show, it's been different. You know, at Women Crush Wednesday, it was real emotional because, you know, like I had addressed the crowd, like I lost my grandfather.
Yeah, right.
Battling, I mean, it's not diagnosed, but you just the sad, the depression, you know, it's tough. You know, fighting out in and out of that, you know, literally considering canceling, and I'm so happy I didn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, every show since then, the address has been different.
Yeah.
In one way or another. And it's an adrenaline rush. You know, whether it's 40 people in the crowd, because that's what happened to us in Connecticut, which was terrible. But the show was great. Yeah. But, you know, or, you know, almost 500 people, which was in Brooklyn for a British Strong Style show. Yeah. It's I know why the guys do it. Now, like, I'm not going to put my body on the line. No, you guys do that. I'm a big klutz. I can't even play basketball without getting hurt. But you know, for me, it's like my payoff. Yeah, because the goal is not like I have no interest in blood money. Yeah, I don't want to build a financial empire off the backs of these guys. Yeah, and these wonderfully talented women. Yeah. I want them to be able to showcase their talents and they get their paydays. Yeah. And on that note too, anybody before I even met you, anybody that's ever mentioned, anybody that I know that's ever mentioned you have always had good things to say. Mia's obviously a good friend of mine. Harlow's a good friend as well, and Tasha Steele, all these people that are progressively. Mia obviously is in NXT, and Harlow and Tasha Steele shouldn't be on the indies much longer based on their rate of work. Right. And again, these people, every other sentence when it comes down to a lot of the people that has helped them really get to the point. Yeah, always got tons of words to say for you. So like, obviously, the selfless acts that you've been doing obviously has been paying off and it's showing. And that's good. I think that's really what, that's the gratitude that we want, is just to know that, we're doing good and we're doing good for other people and the other people are progressing in the ways that we would like to see them. Also, too, I would like to just take a second, too. You got to jump in here with me as well, too, because I know you're really big about this. And we're talking about help. We might as well just drop some of your sponsors for this upcoming show, Unfinished Business, because there's about 10 of those guys, and I think that it's worth noting. We'll your sponsors, your management team, all those good people. So, the people I'm familiar with, obviously, is the Salty Chip Show with Damien, obviously, the Jobber Tears. Obviously, the shows are hosted on Title Match Wrestling Network and True Hill Heat, who I've watched material and stuff from. But what else you got? That's some of your sponsors for this upcoming show. So, Shock Talk is Shockey Woodward is he's a kid who's trying to work his way into the business. He's training at H2O. He wants to become a commentator. He wants to be a ring announcer. So it's his interview kind of process. He's just a good kid. Always early to the show. Always willing to help out. So nice. He doesn't. Like he's very quiet, he's reserved, so he sticks to the back and he gets whatever he can done, and he's appreciative of it.
Yep.
And he's always talking with me. Shockey's great. JM Punk is our resident artist. He's done a whole bunch of commissions for the stars that have come through the Battle Club curtains.
Mm-hmm.
We mentioned the Bounty in Kings County, the British Strong Style show. He did the artwork for it, the wanted posters, which are beautiful, and they are coming back for the next show.
Nice.
The Jersey Wrecking Crew, High Spot Podcast. I mean, these guys, you talk about guys who kick ass. They're at almost every Wrestle Pro show. They try to do anything from adult entertainment to wrestling to just sports. Like, they're all over the place. They've done commentary, always doing interviews. I mean, and they're super professional. They're another set of great guys. Jeff and Brian always willing to help, always asking, hey, is there anything else I need? Shot of Wrestling. Green Man. Everybody knows the Green Man. he's awesome. His partner is another guy. Just, genuine. Enjoying the business, trying to keep it fun, trying to keep it loose. Access Self Storage is wonderful storage company in Long Island City, Brooklyn, that's allowing us to store our ring there. Yeah, and nice. They want their publicity in turn, so that's the deal we got. And they're great, and they're always looking for business, and they want to give out free swag at the shows.
Nice.
And, it's all working in conjunction.
Yeah.
So before I get to the last sponsor, I want to mention some groups. Yep, I Like Wrestling, huge group in the New York area. And they're all over. Their fans are all over the world, but like they do these awesome pay-per-view parties, just like the Jabber Cheers podcast. So it's like friendly competition. They're at Jack Dempsey's, and the other ones that Jabber Cheers podcast is at Legends. So Yeps, guys who have been with us, not necessarily a sponsor, but been supportive since day one. Sonny Sofrito. I have no real issues with him. Sometimes when you're in business, you have falling outs, but he's been great to me. And that's wonderful. THWF, True Hardcore Wrestling Fans, I believe is what it stands for. Guys like Ian, Pamela Northman, like, again, fans show up. They don't want anything extra, but they're just super supportive. They're always posting. They're always liking and subscribing and viewing. And it's just awesome to have that. Sean Neutron, Squirrel Circle Sound Off.
Yep.
Awesome guy. Just so much love. I mean, I could be here forever thanking people because, none of this is possible without them. But reviewfix.com is a journalistic website where, they review things, anything, games, music, movies, wrestling. They do power rankings for wrestling companies. The head, the guy, the man behind that, the mastermind behind that is Patrick Hickey Jr., longtime friend, went to high school with him. Yeah. Let me tell you, this guy, I call him Mega Hustle. So the man's married. The man has a beautiful baby girl. He is a professor. He is an author. He runs ReviewFix, and he is a voice actor, and he helps with writing and production of multiple video games. The Padre, Kroom, which is being in development. Bro, this dude is always working and still always has time to be with his daughter. Like, the dude is an inspiration.
In true New York fashion.
Bro, yeah. Like, I tell people all the time, I have 3 shoot jobs and I do wrestling. So, like, that's just, in true New York fashion. But this guy's a badass. He's dropping his second book. His first book was The Mind Behind Video Games. The story of developers, because he realized that, like, perfect example is who created GTA?
Rockstar.
Wrong. That's the company that did the production. Who's the developer? and that's why you got to read his book.
Okay.
Yo, he's coming out with a second edition, the Adventure Edition. So it's just adventure games. He's got so much in the works.
I gotta check that out.
Yo, man, I love him. He's super supportive. We're always kicking it, talking wrestling, talking everything, talking life. Just hang out. We've done conventions together.
Yeah.
Some of the coolest stuff I've ever done is just because he's like, hey, you want to do this with me? And so it's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, those sponsors, they've helped make this show happen. They're all great, and the best thing is that along with the culture of Battle Club, they fit in.
Yeah,
they're wholesome. Yeah. They're approachable. They've got that family feeling. I don't. It's a business, but it's like Grandma would always say, you catch more bees with honey.
Yeah, that's true. I gotta. What high school did you go to? Because for some odd reason, upon my research of preparing for the show, I didn't hear about him, but like everybody from your management team went to your high school. So like. Yeah. Did your high school flourish for this business? I see.
So we went to William E. Grady Technical Vocational High School. It's a high school, right? The reason you don't know about it because it's literally across the street from Lincoln High School. So Lincoln's the home of Stephon Marbury.
Yeah.
So they're known for balling. So it's like, hey, you're overshadowed by Lincoln. But yeah, everyone on the management team we all went to the same high school. We were all friends for 20 years because of that high school, and wouldn't trade it for the world, man. Yeah. We are where we are right now because of that place.
So did y'all ever have those conversations at the lunch table, drawing up matches or just any of that type of fantasy booking, to think back 20 years later and have like a little like smile of relief, like, damn, we did it.
Check this out. We had Uno company. Bro, we had an Uno company with so many. So we would have championship belts. we would play Uno for. And then we had. I every time I tell somebody this, it revolutionizes the way they play Uno. We came up with the Mick Foley rule.
Okay, let's hear it.
So let's say you got 4 people playing Uno, right?
Yep.
Guy has Uno and he wants to be a bit of a dick.
You say he has Uno, so 1 card left, right?
Yeah, 1 card left.
Okay.
He wants to be a dick. He Uno outs with a draw. The Mick Foley rule states that if the next 3 players throw out a draw, he has to come back into the game and pick all those cards up. We would have Uno games that would last periods. Bro, I kid you not, there was a point, like, our high school did wonders for us, some more than others. There was a point where we would spend 9 periods in the lunchroom playing Uno.
Well, if I can say, if it's okay, for those front row VIP ticket that's still available, you might want to pitch the idea of being one of the most aggressive Uno games of all time.
bro, it was Uno and dominoes.
Okay.
And man, did we go ham when it came to dominoes. I had a signature move. I would get a 2-game win. In Spanish we call it capicu. I think in Haitian it's tecabes. But where you have a bone that's, let's say it's a 4 and a 5, and you got a 4 and a 5 on each end, so you lock the game. My signature move would to win with the double. So it's a 6 on each side. The game is technically locked, but I have that double 6 bone. And I would throw it down. I would throw it down and smash the table like King Kong.
and shall I say again, in true New York fashion here.
Yeah. Bro, high school was awesome for stuff like that. But man. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But yeah, so it started with Uno, went into dominoes, and then every wrestling fan at one point or another decides to wrestle each other. It's just the natural thing.
Yeah,
so
of course.
So that's what we did. We found a place to wrestle each other like idiots, and we came up with storylines. We filmed it. We had it was. I'm so happy that the footage is nowhere. Um, Mike Sab's best friend in the whole world, love him to death.
Mm-hmm.
He actually had his like promotional like final project. He used footage from the wrestling show, and it worked for him, and he passed the class. And coincidentally, I mean, you probably don't care about this, but the head of the UFT for New York is oh my God, his name's escaping me now. It's not McGlone. It's killing me. What that guy is Mulgrew, Mr. Mulgrew. There you go, Michael Mulgrew. He was the teacher that he used that final project for. He is now my union leader. So this guy has watched me do some really dumb shit and decided to pass my best friend with that. This is full circle, baby. Full circle.
That's crazy. That is funny. Man, I tell you, high school, man, some of the best days of your life, man. And I think too, I think that's why a lot of us just like wrestling, because I think we always like the idea of creating, spectacles, characters, storylines, and stuff like that. And then you get older, you start appreciating the work that it takes for not only just promoters and the business that's hosting the show, but the workers that got to get there and stuff like that. And I think that comes full circle as it is, like to say, like, it's extremely cool. And these people are some of the most talented people all over the world. And independent wrestling not only gives you that experience, but it also becomes intimate with you, because you can see that person that just worked their ass off in the ring 5 minutes later at the merch table. And, you can help them out by buying merch, 5-second conversations, picture ops. It's just a pleasant thing. And I think one thing about Battle Club too is not only do you just get that experience as well too, but everyone is like that. It's not like cliques. The bad thing about high school, no one like. Everyone's accepted. It's for everybody. And I think that's such a really I think that's such a strong message when this atmosphere in independent wrestling do not really portray that. I think we can agree that that's not a lateral thing, that everyone's not going to get everywhere. And another thing, I definitely let you add something to that. New York is a goddamn really competitive state when it comes down to independent wrestling. And the fact that you let the competition side pull aside, because competition breeds envy and all other types of negative stigma at times. The fact that you're able to do your own thing confident and create a culture outside the norm, it's a tremendous thing. It really is.
Well, it's highly competitive, and what's paramount is that not only is it highly competitive, but there are incredible shows. I mean, Capital Wrestling is doing a few shows in Brooklyn.
Yep.
WrestlePro constantly visits Brooklyn. They always sell out. GCW, ICW. There's companies that come out here. MLW, I feel like every month and a half they're out here, and they're destroying it, and that's wonderful. Competition creates a cash flow, and you've got to find your niche where to be different. I think where I feel like Battle Club fits in, where we fit as a company, is it's family oriented. We're not competing with anybody.
Yep.
We're competing with ourselves, and we're envious of no one. I want nothing more than companies who are on, not on the grand stage like an MLW or a WrestlePro or Capital, who's always on TV. I would like nothing more for companies like Three Combination, like the BWF, for those companies who might not get the same eyes, like to succeed. If everybody's succeeding, that's great. I have no intentions of taking any money from anyone or trying to murder anybody's company, or that's not what I'm about. I don't care about that. Like I'm a push. I'm a succeed, not because I'm gonna do it in spite of you, because that's what I want to do. And if I want to succeed, I'm gonna focus on myself.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna pay attention to anybody else or what it is you're doing.
Yep.
And it's hyper competitive, but I'm not allowing that to deter me. I know what my mission is. I want to be the best version of Battle Club possible. The goal is to be synonymous. You hear New York City independent wrestling, Battle Club comes up. Yeah. Right now, the names that pop up initially, especially if you're from here, is the New York Wrestling Connection, who, I mean, they pump out stars left and right. And then House of Glory. Everybody knows House of Glory, and justly so. They put on banger of shows. Mm-hmm. We're not competing against them. We're competing against ourselves. We want to be better. We want to be the best. We want to be at their level. We want people to realize if they're coming to this city, this amazing, crazy, never sleep, lights are always on. You can hop on a train where you can see a Ninja Turtle and a rat on two different ends. We want to be synonymous with good, amazing, welcoming professional wrestling.
Yeah. Now, one question I do have to ask is that New York, when it comes down to media, at movies, television, music, New York always has such a particular style to it. How does Battle Club embrace the New York style flavor outside of what it may be in a Chicago area or so forth, Texas or some sort? Besides being family oriented, how does it embrace the New York culture?
Well, I mean, so when you're from around here, I'm not gonna say one of the other terms, but it's like when you about it, like you move a certain way.
Okay.
I'm not the biggest Lil Wayne fan, but when he said real G's move in silence like lasagna, that's if you were a real New York dude, you ain't gonna worry about the next man. Like if you hustling on one corner, if that's what you got to do for your family to survive, you ain't gonna worry about who's pushing weight on the other corner. You want to get your funds. You want to move your bands.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're doing. Like, we're raw. We're in your face when it comes to the competition. It sucks that New York is so tight with the rules and regulations. The commission, they play. It's all about who you get for that night. Sometimes you get someone who's really lenient. Sometimes you get someone who's real stringent, and you try to work around that. But it's Battle Club is more than just a name. That's what it is. When you're in there, you can have world-class technical wrestlers. You can have, like a Darius Carter who's in there and he's stretching limbs and he's wasting no motion, but he's talking crap the whole time. You can have someone who on an independent level moves like so fluently like a Matt McIntosh. You can have someone who's bugged out, Trip Cassidy. You can have a monster who likes to throw bleachers and Shane Mercer. You can have a professional model, actor, YouTube star that has all the tools that it takes to succeed in all of them in Bowens. That's my main event for this show. I'm sorry to kind of slide that in there, but the thing is that they get in the Battle Club ring and it's on.
Yeah.
It's on. Like, I mean, and this is not just a New York thing. This is everywhere. When that tension's in the air and you see that dude walking up to you, everybody does it. You lift your pants because you know what's happening. You square up and you about to throw down.
Yeah.
That's the fit. So we're one big family, but when that bell rings,
it's
fight
big,
on. Bro.
Big fight field time.
Exactly.
Oh man, well, I really got to transition to this. I don't think there's no other better way to go about this. We're got to talk about Woman Crush Wednesday, which was on April the 3rd, which was the Wednesday, obviously, of the start of WrestleMania weekend. It absolutely set the tone for wrestling in the New York/New Jersey area for that week. And let it be known that of people who attended a billion shows that week, there's two things that I think that was really on the tip of everybody's tongues. One being Nick Gage working every fucking match the entire week. Everywhere.
Love that guy.
But the next thing was that a lot of people felt that their match of their entire weekend started on that Wednesday, and rightfully so, because I was in the building for it, and God, I've never felt an energy like that ever, like period in the wrestling world. Like I just never felt that type of energy, and that being the Tasha Steelz Diamante match, like absolutely bananas with just the crowd was so hot. I don't even know what temperature it was in there. And it wasn't really that hot because the door was open, but it felt like 1,000,000,000 degrees in there. And like outside of just the match itself, like everyone was so invested in that match. Later for Tasha to just have one hell of a night, period. But like that match was super duper amazing. Like without a doubt, one of the best matches I've ever seen. I want to know from your point of view, what was your thoughts hearing the crowd, knowing that it's going down, you're setting the tone for the weekend, and then to see them go out there and perform it. And again, and you know, Tasha is somebody that you're friends with, obviously gave opportunity, hardly invested in, and you know, for her to just go out there and do a damn thing the entire night, like I need to tap into your mind, like I said, of like the Tasha Steele project that night.
So, Tasha, I met her working another show. I think I was doing filming for another company, and I saw her work, and it was just like, yeah, she's got it. She's incredible. Walked over to her. Hey, how you doing? Big fan. I'm booking for Battle Club. I want you as a regular. And she looked at me. She goes, really? I was like, yeah. Like I want you there all the time. I don't ever want to have a show without you. She's like, I'm so down. I'm down. Let's make it happen. And you know, I mean, it makes sense to me, but you know, you might not necessarily get it from everybody. I literally looked her in the eyes. I said, "Who do you want?" And she, without hesitation, Diamante.
Yeah.
And now this is 2017? No, this was early 2018.
Okay.
So this is a match that's been over a year in making.
Okay.
And bro, like I didn't even finish Who Do Diamante.
and she's definitely, we had her on the show. She definitely said the same.
Right. Like that's she wanted. She's like, that's who I want. So Brooklyn, it's divided up in subsections, hoods, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
You know, Bushwick, Bed-Stuy, Bay Ridge, Williamsburg, Flatbush. You know, they're all broken up. There's sections like Knickerbocker, predominantly Hispanic, Latino Americans. We're a very, very, very proud people. So you have that dynamic. You have the Cuban and the Puerto Rican dynamic. I mean, and I honestly believe it's only crazier in a place like Florida because both are literally a pond throw away from each other. So you have that insane dynamic. And then you have two incredibly talented, incredibly hardworking, incredibly genuine, incredibly amazing women who can go. So it's like, I have to make this happen. I have to make this happen. I have to make this happen. Now, unfortunately, for May the Queen reign, Diamante was hurt, unable to compete.
Yep.
I was literally going to plant the seeds for the match there. Didn't happen. She was hurt. And like the true professional she is, she was like, I want to make it up to you. I want to make it up to you. Let me know as soon as I can come back. I will. It's like, totally fine. We bring her back in October as a surprise. We announced her for the next night at Innovative, the other company I was running, but we didn't say anything about her being at Battle Club. Boom, she tags with Tasha and Casey Navarro. They kill it. That's one of my favorite matches of all time. Okay. I love it. I love the main state posse. Danger Kid gets in my face. It's like it was, you know, I try not to be part of the storyline, but it had to set the match up that way. It was great. The feel like, oh my God, this is family. Excuse me. The challenge gets thrown out there. It was kind of a miscommunication. It was supposed to be a solo challenge for the next available date. Excuse me. Ends up that they get into a three-way for Harlow's title the next night. Innovative, which it was a great match. Harlow, you know, sneaks out the win. But now it's like set in stone. And one of the first things I did after that weekend was like, yo, the first match I'm booking, I'm doing it now, 6 months before I even announce the show, is Tasha and Diamante. This is out in the Twitterverse.
Yeah.
If anyone books this before me, you've literally stolen the match. Obviously, and people respect, and it doesn't happen, or whatever. They couldn't make it happen, and it's like, it's literally like it's the first day of summer, and just happens to be payday. you wake up an extra hour early, but you feel fully rested.
Yep.
So the breakfast come out amazing. There's no traffic on the way to work. You sit at the desk. Your boss comes over and gives you all the recognition that you deserve, and you get a bonus. And then you get home, and on your way home, you find the lady of your dreams.
The most impossible day ever here.
It's the most impossible day ever. I knew the match was going to be great. I had zero idea the crowd would be that into it. And, give or take, 50 people. It was anywhere between 200 and 300 people there. And it was like, obviously on a very, 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 very smaller scale, but akin to like Hogan and Rock. Tasha, Steve.
Yeah, it did.
And I'm just like, this, and Gooch, but the entire match, calling it, and since sometimes you just hate technology, the commentary audio was lost.
Oh.
Yeah, it's an Untitled match with no commentary. The entire time, goosebumps. Like I say that like 4 times while I'm doing commentary. And they just have an incredible match. Like Bruce Lee would talk about water and how it flows, but how it's still strong enough to break bricks or whatever, break rocks. And it was fluid. It was like like they were dancing. Like in my mind, like I've always told Tasha this playfully, like I always want to do something where you guys would be mid-match and then salsa would hit and you start dancing. But it's like, that's what they did, but they kept it a wrestling match. It was beautiful. It was the perfect definition of what wrestling is. You get emotional investment, you get highlights, you get that feel like you've become one with the match.
Yeah.
It was the most beautiful thing. It was probably one of the best matches I've ever booked. Like when I really think about it, like I think about that match. I think about Dan Moff versus Mr. Grimm, like just matches that maybe people don't really think about, but when they happen, you're like, holy hell! Like what just happened? And it kept people kept bringing it up, like, yo, that Tasha Steele and Diamante match could be match of the week on the Indies. Like, and like you said, Nick Gage worked every match. I love Nick Gage. There's no one more high energy than Nick Gage. He is. When he's going, that crowd is behind him, and he's behind the crowd. But like to keep hearing their name, and all I did was put the match together. They made the magic, but that's literally what it was. They made magic. Like it was like cinematic, bro. I'm so happy.
That's the perfect word for it. Yeah, definitely. Goosebumps. I was kind of lost at words at time. I think the break was afterwards, which was probably the best thing ever because like I definitely needed a breather. I was hungry too, and I just forgot I was hungry till I realized like, damn, I'm hungry. But like, yeah, that was something special. That I've definitely advised anybody listening to this to check that match out. Like no BS. Like go check that match. And the whole card itself was damn good. Period. But like, I've never seen a match that not only was just the wrestling inside of it so good, the storytelling, and then they were invested with each other. The crowd was invested with them. Crowd was invested with each other. It felt like your city versus my city, your hood versus your hood, and then it's just all family at the end. Like it was poetic justice at its finest. Yeah, cinematic is the word. 100% there. You definitely nailed that.
Thing of beauty, man.
But anyway, we got some magic going on. Better yet, there's some unfinished business, and I can only imagine with this title that maybe we see some unfinished business between the two of them. But again, you got more unfinished business with Tasha Steele and Hollow Hair as its own story in itself. But I think it's worth to ask why the name Unfinished Business.
So it stems from a couple of things. I go through each and every match, and there is some sort of history there. We'll start with the championship match, the main event. This championship match started at the Bounty in Kings County. It started in 2017.
Okay.
Matt McIntosh, the Bad Apple, the Apple of Battle Club's Eye, wins a great four-way match between himself, Brute, Van Slyke, the Man of Steel, Mike Verna, and Anthony Bowens. Wins that match, and he catapults himself into the match, and he's like, boom. And originally it was supposed to be more of a tournament style, but I was like, we can't do it that way because we ended up with an odd number of people.
Yeah.
So that's where it started. So it's literally, we're talking literally 22 months later, almost 2 full years. And, you know, when you start something like, how many people start like a project? Like you're building like like a Gundam.
Yeah.
Let's say you're doing a Gundam.
Hey.
Right,
And now I know about that, but if anybody don't know, like this can be his own conversation here if it needs to be.
It can be.
But like, I'm feeling you. Come on.
You were saying like, you know, real life kind of gets you. You know, real life gets you that right hook, and you gotta focus on real life, and you realize, 2-3 months later, I didn't finish this effing Gundam.
Yeah,
I'm gonna finish this Gundam. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put time to the side. If I got to call out, I'm gonna call out, and I'm gonna finish. So it's unfinished business. You know, Shane Mercer has a banger of a match with Dan Moff, and he advances to the championship. Trip Cassidy has a banger of a match with Joe Gacy. Their match was so good, they realized they should become a team, and they turned into the Madhouse. Trip Cassidy advances to the championship. Darius Carter, he gets to the championship match with his version of the Crusade for Change. Him and the Carnies take on LAX.
Mm-hmm.
He wins that match. Bowens, he loses his that four-way. He initially loses the opportunity and wins it back by beating Clayton Jackson in just a stellar match. Like Bowens is one of the guys, he'll only wrestle 6 minutes, 6-7 minutes. And you're like, yo, that's a complete match in that time frame. Mm-hmm. So he's that good. So now all these guys have advanced to the championship match, and Darius Carter has always called himself the ace of Battle Club. Mm-hmm. Matt McIntosh has tried to be more of, I'm going to show my work. I'm going to let my work talk for me in terms of me being the ace of Battle Club. So we do the show in the Bronx last year, him versus Jimmy Havoc, which is incredible. I mean, no one will ever forget him pissing on Jimmy Havoc with an apple juice. How great is that? The bad apple. He's tree of woe. He squeezes out apple juice to mimic pissing on him. Like, that's incredible. But Darius Carter kind of got tired of Matt saying he's the ace. He interrupts the match, and it cost McIntosh. McIntosh loses the match with Jimmy Havoc. Darius decides to go, you know what? I can one up you. Not only am I going to win my next match, but I'm going to win my next match against Jimmy Havoc.
Yep.
And he does. He goes on and he beats Jimmy Havoc. So now it's like all these pieces are out there, and I've got one arm of a Gundam to the left, and I've got the disassembled pieces of his core in my right drawer. I'm just going to put it together. Boom, and we're going to take care of it. And, we're going to crown the first ever Battle Club franchise champion, the World Heavyweight Champion. Mm-hmm. So that's how that goes with that match.
So I love the Icons Championship as it is, and I know you have not shown the new Heavyweight Franchise Championship. Any scoops on the detailing on this one, or we're just going to have to wait and see next week?
So a lot of people jump down the WWE's back for like 15 of their titles looking exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it can show some lack of creativity. But what I do like is that the WWE World title and the WWE Women's title, the first women's title, they're exactly the same. Because in my eyes, it shows men and women are on equal footing.
Fair. Okay.
So I'm going to say that's a hint. If you get what I'm saying, and
Okay.
everyone loved the way the Icons Championship.
Absolutely.
Looked.
Yep.
So it's you can kind of start formulating the ideas, but I just saw it, and it is gorgeous.
Well, at this point of the show, it'll be a good time to mention that if you do get you one of those VIP front row seats, that you get an opportunity to not only see the belt, but hold it, and not only just hold it, but get professional pictures done by my friends Jaylee and them. And they obviously, anybody knows know they do dope work. So why not go ahead and get that deal if it's still going, right?
You might want to, yeah, of course it is. You might want to check that message.
Oh, I think there's probably somebody listening to the show.
You might want to no, but you might want to check that message.
Oh, my message. Okay,
Yeah.
let's see. Oh, it's a message. Let's see. Ooh. Should I just turn around on the screen real quick?
No, don't do that.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, that is beauty. Well, guys, sorry, you can't be me. You can't be cool. But yeah, but you can get that VIP seat.
And like we always try to take care of those that do the pre-order, the
Ooh.
VIPs.
Ooh.
Yeah, you see the subtle difference.
I see something that I don't even want to drop, but I see there's some very particular detail here that's worth mentioning. That is awesome. And you know what? It's anybody that may be curious, I can't wait a week. If you listen to the show about Battle Club and what they want to be a staple of, this belt definitely signifies that. So it's some context of what may be on there, but that is beautiful. Oh man. Yeah, that VIP, why not? Get the front row, get in early.
Exactly. Right. You get in early and
get you merch, get you comfortable, get your food and stuff, get your pictures.
And then you get the picture. Like Jaylee does some of the best work ever. Like they're incredible. And I just thought, I was like, how dope would it be to have a professional, like you get to have a professional photo taken with the title. And before we even crown champion, you can say, hey, I held that belt first.
Yeah.
And you get the Jaylee watermark, and you get to be plastered everywhere if you want to put it as your Facebook avatar or Twitter or whatever the case may be. And like you get that full experience. Like you feel like a talent. You're doing that actual
behind the lights, professional camera, none of that cell phone BS with the stupid angles.
Exactly. And and Jaylee, like I asked them initially, and they were like really responsive. Yeah, hell yeah, we'll do it. That's a great idea.
It is.
I love them, man. I'm telling you, when I was in Florida visiting family, and the conversation kind of came up. They were like, "Hey, we wanna come up and just take some shots. How can we work this out?" And I was like, if you're gonna come up and like offer services, I'm not gonna have you buy tickets. And a beautiful friendship was born from that, like I love paying for their services, and I love working with them because they're professional, they're caring, and they love the product. You can see that through their lens. You can see that through their work. They love the product, and I love that they love the product. And it's been, with them, with Brian K, like I have 3 photographers who are just eagle-eyed, like perfect vision, perfect timing. It's incredible. So like, it's a great deal. It's I would love that. I mean, could you imagine being told, hey, we're going to unveil the Universal Championship, but here's your opportunity to take a picture with it before the winner of the match gets it.
Easy.
That's crazy.
Easy done deal. I'm really, it's funny too. I'm really, really surprised no one else is taking this opportunity to do something like that. But when you trend set, they'll be surprised if other people are starting to do this, So I don't want to like break down each match of the card, but definitely let's just run down some of the matches that's going to be on there. Or better yet, let's run down some of the matches that you feel like people if there's any preparation into going to match. You really broke down the main event and the story coming to that. Is there any other complex match for you that you feel is noteworthy at this point?
Joe Gacy, CZW, megastar.
Yep.
Been wrestling over a decade.
Yep.
JT Dunn.
Yep.
Another independent megastar, tag team with Chris Hero, working just about, in the business going on a decade. How are these two never crossed paths?
Really?
Never. First time ever. First time ever in a singles match. They've never crossed paths. And check this out. The last innovative show, JT Dunn has been my innovative main event every single match. Why? Because he's that damn good.
Yeah.
First, he had Shane Strickland. And oh my God, like that's a banger. And it's and you know, in the moment you feel good, and then you go and you watch it. Like my sister was looking, she Googled me random. I was like, stop that. Stop. And then the video pops up where I'm dancing with Jessica Havoc, Shane Strickland, and JC Dunn. I'm like, I'm such an idiot. Why did I do that? You know, but you know, oh my goodness, that match. Then he goes on and he's like, I'm gonna be the deathmatch king. Wrestles Jimmy Havoc in the third one. He calls out Nick, like, yo, JC Dunn just has done so much amazing things. Joe Gacy got tired of it. Why are you the one that calls everyone out? Why are you the main event every single time? Joe Gacy floors JT Dunn. They've never crossed paths. I have set the course for them to clash for the first time ever. Originally, it was supposed to be the Innovative Pro main event of the fourth show. This is business. Sometimes business doesn't work out. So what do? You take all the cool things that you're going to do for one business and you bring it over, and boom, another unfinished business match.
Wow. I mean, I saw the match and I just was just like, I know it's going to be good because I'm sure they worked before. I never realized they never worked each other.
No, first time.
Oh, that's going to be a banger. I know another match that I had on my radar for a quiet sleeper that's going to be a banger of a match is the Sea Stars, the Diamond Dogs, and the Ugly Ducklings.
Yeah. So the Diamond Dogs and the Sea Stars, and a ton of credit goes out to Wrestlers Lab, Chris Ruiz, Mike Sweeney, More Family. Love those guys. You know, if you want to talk about like you talk about a professional company like the Golden State Warriors sent a scout to a high school in Mississippi. That's what these guys do. These guys, you talk about finger on the pulse. They see up and coming independent wrestlers like, you know, most people see red lights. Like you immediately realize it. Like they I mean, they are such good scouts. They just know great talent. So they set up a match with the Diamond Dogs and the Sea Stars. They also have they paired the Diamond Dogs with the Ducks to face the Mainstay Posse and Ryan Gallion. The Ducks get betrayed by the Dogs.
Yeah.
They go for a Launchpad McQuack, and that clip went viral, like something like 300,000 views or some wild nonsense. Where he gets super kicked out the air.
Yeah.
So the Dogs got beef with the Ducks. The Dogs got beef with the Sea Stars, and the Sea Stars have always wanted to work the Ducks. Yeah. Well, why not put them all together?
Yeah. I look forward to that. What's his name? Just slipped out of my head that quick with the cannon.
Graham Bell.
Yeah, Graham Bell. Guy, I mean, I've seen the guy work a few times. For the amount of experience he has, super polished, such a nice guy, hard worker, just a great dude overall. So it's always good to see him work. And I think the Diamond Dogs, I think that this perfectly works with the Ducks. Arguably is one of the best tag teams on the independent circuit right now, easily.
They have got to be the most entertaining tag team.
Yeah.
They have. I mean, it's like it doesn't matter who's across the ring. You're gonna laugh. You might even cry.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna be wowed and you're gonna feel entertained every single time.
Yeah, and then, take nothing from the Sea Stars. They're sisters. No. You know.
They just did, you know, like we talked about, like it's good to know what you know about the people that you're using, or they just did bar wrestling. And it was they talk about how incredible that feeling was to be, you know, to go to the other side of the country and do stuff like that. Like they've done WWR. Delmy did, like, she calls herself one of the boys. Bro, she's got no issues getting into crazy matches with guys. Ashley is so polished. You know, the Oceana, the Chikara ties, like this is just great, and it's also kind of funny. They're all some form of animal. You got dogs, you got ducks, you got sea stars.
I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think of that.
Now, it's a funny thing like that, but like it's wonderful, and again, salt of the earth people, so genuine, so loving. Coach Mikey is my spirit animal.
But what?
there's like he is life goals. Like he gets to travel the world in a Hawaiian shirt that's always open and flip flops.
That's not true.
I mean, I love lovely people, and you talked about Graham Bell. There is literally there's no one like. You would never know. Like if you see him in regular clothes, you have no idea. You think he's a fan.
Yeah.
And then he gets out there and you're like, what? That's not the same guy I just spoke to.
Yeah, I know.
No way. No, he's so it's great because you'll never put two and two together. He's literally the perfect assassin.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I remember I seen him at when I seen him Mania weekend last year, and he was just kind of like floating around. I was like, Graham's like, wait, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm just trying to help out, volunteer, anything, can contribute. I was just like, I almost didn't even notice you for a second because you're just really looking like just a regular guy here. But such a nice guy. And then next thing you see him in the ring, like you said, and he does it all. But the viral video of him being super kick was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
It was, again, credit to the lab. The lab set that up. Thousands of people shared it, and they didn't get them the just due. Chris Ruiz and Mike Sweeney set that up at the Knights of Columbus in Jersey.
Man, that's what's up.
The timing. You talk about impeccable.
Yes.
He's literally an assassin.
Yeah.
How do you pinpoint kicking a flying human being in the head? And not only did he pinpoint it, like Lance went the whole other way. Like he totally diverted his flight path.
Yeah. Oh man, that's gonna be a match. I look forward to it. One other thing about the card too. So Maria Manic is on your flyer, and I didn't see a match announced for her. I got my speculations, and it's not even important if you don't want to drop it yet. The only important thing I want to know is, do you plan on having her? Well, I don't even know if you plan on having it, but are you going to have a talk with her about like throwing people at fans? Because I didn't ask for Sue Young to be thrown at me, and also didn't plan on being cursed out for someone throwing somebody at me as well too.
Yeah. So I'm not legally allowed to say what's going on with Miria. She's totally fine. She's wonderful. She's one of the most badass people on the planet.
Indeed.
I love her with all my heart. And it's funny. It's like when people always go like, how do you get mad when you get caught doing something wrong? Maria's gonna be mad for doing something wrong, and you're still gonna feel like you did it wrong. And that's what it's like, yo, you just threw this person at me. Who told you to be in the way?
I know exactly.
She's amazing. I would love for her to come out. Still working on it. Okay. Incredible talent. But you know what? The whole point of working Battle Club is to get bigger and better brand recognition. So that's the least I'll say about that. But that's good because as one person slides out, that means the door's wide open for someone else. So
that's right.
If I can't have a manic, can't have a maniac in Maria Manic, I'm gonna have a sexy young cannibal in Savannah Evans.
Yeah,
she slid right into that door.
Won her last match with Kiera Hogan, so I think it's only right that
she's got unfinished business,
business.
I won't say where she'll pop up, but she's gonna pop up for sure.
Right on. Well, I don't know. I feel like we covered a lot. I think we got a lot of things out today. I'm trying to think. Did we miss anything? You think?
I don't think we missed anything. This has been one of my one of my favorite interviews. Like,
I appreciate that. It's a conversation.
You're right. It's like, it's you ain't seen your cousin in 10 years, but he's at the cookout.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
he's at the cookout, so I'm gonna kick it with him.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Yeah, we'll definitely chop it up some more as we get
It's
to
like,
next week, man.
Hey, yo, cuz, you still with that? You still with old girl, bro? You don't even know, bro.
But yeah, what you think the Giants gonna do this year? You know, that type of conversation, barbershop talk. That's
exactly.
In true New York fashion, barbershop talk. The originators of detailed conversation.
That is exactly what I want. Like I've said it before in interviews. That's exactly what I want. I want Battle Club. You feel like you're at the barbershop. You feel like I love the documentary on the oh my god, now I can't the Studio 54. Studio 54.
Yep.
Like you're on one side of that door dealing with discrimination, hate, bigotry, homophobia.
Mm-hmm.
The moment you walk into the venue, everyone loves you.
Yep.
That's what I want. And while that's going on, while you're embracing all the love, you can look at center stage and watch two guys or two gals beat the ever-living shit out of each other.
Yep.
And then hug it out afterwards.
You know what? I did just forget something that's really important here. Something that's really important at the bottom of this flyer. This is an outdoor show.
Right.
Tentatively.
So we have been trying to pull this outdoor trigger forever. Mother Nature is my arch enemy, it feels like.
Thank God ain't this week.
Right. We do have backup plans. So, we have space to do it inside. But in my eyes, I would love nothing more for it to be an outdoor show because the way it's situated, there's not a skyscraper behind the venue. So you're going to get a Jaylee or a Brian Photography or Zane Decker or Tony Damaso video or photo with whoever just is the first ever champion or whoever is the Icons champion, whether it's Tasha or Harlow, and you're going to see them elevated with perfect lighting and the moon and the stars behind them.
That's dope.
That's always been the goal.
Yeah.
So it holds up. It's perfect. If it doesn't, we have backup plans. But yeah, tentatively, it's an outdoor show. It's a first day of summer is the 20th or the 21st. Like, it's perfect. You go, you enjoy it. You're outdoors with your friends, your family, and you're watching some kick-ass wrestling.
Yeah, that's right. I look forward to that, man. I'll be in the building, obviously. But anybody else, again, number one, to get all your information, step over to the Twitter page at X Battle Club Pro. The pinned tweet gets you all the information for Unfinished Business. I'll list it here. Obviously be in the description below for this video, or if you listen to the podcast, whatever it may be. June 21st, 2019, 185 Ellery Street, that is Brooklyn, New York, VIP. You're getting in there at 6:30. Doors is at 7:30. Bells is at 8. So if you kind of put that into perspective, you have an hour before anybody else get in to get your merch. Holler at Joakim because he's open book. Come talk to him. He's approachable, cool guy. Holler at the talent that's there. Get comfortable, get you some food, whatever it may be. Get in there early, get your picture taken for the VIP package, which will cost you $40. Second row will cost you $30, and third row and GA will cost you $30. So can't beat that. It's got a hell of a card coming right off of which was just another hell of a card. And the guys in New York, man, they're working, and it's a special thing. Be part of the culture, man, because it's absolutely a movement. But Joakim, man, I appreciate you chatting with me. Like you said, catching up with a cousin for a long time. It's been great.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. Your support, man, is ridiculously appreciated. Like I saw when we finally met, and I told you like how dope that the interview that final interview you did with Mia, how dope that was. And I just
appreciate that.
Like I was like, this is someone I would love to just kick it with, man. And you saw it firsthand, man. I saw it in the big hug. I'm a big guy.
Yeah,
I'm a big
all
hugger.
day. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But it's all love, and man, I appreciate everything. I thank
Man,
you so much.
man, I got to be honest, that was a hard interview, and we're cool too and friends, but like being really part of the whole arc of what happened there, from her going down in the injury in my area to her coming back in New Orleans for I forget what promotion, but I came to that show, her first show back, going to the Mae Young Classic, and I am not that guy. I'm not that guy, and I didn't even know this was a thing until some guy came up to me and was like, "Hey, so did you watch NXT last week?" I was like, "Yeah, I think so." He's like, "Did you hear that guy that like started the chant?" I was like, "Huh?" He's like, "Yeah, that was me. I started the chant." I was like, "Okay, cool. I didn't know that was the thing to be like I was the guy who started chanting." But for for what it's worth, made my way down to Florida in a kind of a stealth in and out mission. But I know like for the 2 days I was down there, I know like every single time popped out, started to chant to get the put the message out there that we want the homie signed, and just to see everything go full circle, man, I was full of emotion because like just like you say, it's always good when you're able to help in any way possible, and putting positivity out there to see people like flourish in their career and their passion. So like it was really dope time for sure.
Yeah, no, and I know you're trying to sign off, and this is the problem with
no, you're good.
When you talk with your family, you have 37 goodbyes before you actually leave.
Or hey, can you do something for me before you leave?
Yeah, exactly. Put it away. I have on multiple occasions told Mia and told LAX, like we do our best not to bring in these super mega stars. We really want to showcase the talent for what they are. Like, the guys looking for the contract, in my eyes, are the guys that are the stars of the show. Yeah. But I've told Mia, I've told Santana, like, you guys are the reason why I really feel like we have been doing well. Like, we are where we are, I think, because off of them. LAX has been on a few shows. The first ever Battle Club match was EYFBO versus Massage Envy. Mm-hmm. Guys from New York, man, again, the epitome, like you were talking about, the feel. You know what I'm saying? The shorts, the bandanas. Mm-hmm. Mia was on the early show, and she faced Jordan Grace. Again, the bandana, the whole look, the slow metamorphosis. I'll never forget that. Like, that's my favorite picture. The term mark is, it can be good or bad, but like I love it. Every time I see that picture with me and her doing commentary, it melts my heart. And when she, I called her the War Queen. She's like, no, it's no longer the War Queen. I'm the Blazing Baddie. And I'm just like, that's it. That's it. That was it. I'm like, that's the thing. Everybody has to have their thing. And I'm just like, when she said that, I'm like, that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
So, man, there is literally no one more deserving, from her personal stories, the horror she's gone through, and she's overcame the injury. And just, I mean, greatest non-wrestling, wrestling related moment. She wished me a happy birthday. How do you not cry? How do you not cry happy tears? I'm like, get the fuck away. She's that, what? No, not her. She did. So, and just, always down to have like personal conversations. The fame doesn't get to her, and those are the people who deserve the most fame. She's so selfish too. No better person can all this and everything that is to come go to. She is absolutely incredible, inspiring, and you gotta love everything about her because she's busted her ass to get it, and she's still humble.
Mm-hmm. Well said. I have nothing to add to that. Just like it is really cool to see somebody again, a first celebrity, to be so down to earth and just transparent throughout the entire friendship. Like, a lot of people have issues with people letting stardom or anything, inflate their heads at times. Not at all. Still get, regular, talk about movies and stuff all the time. Just regular stuff. Who can talk about Toy Story or Lion King to their friend like that? Just like off regular, you know what I mean? That's made it. You know what I mean? Like cool moments like that, really cool.
That's the best. That's the best. Like that's the bond, like I don't, it's not something I don't ever really do it. Take pictures with talent, because so often you get the fans and they take pictures of talent and they feel like, and this is what's great about indie wrestling. You know, you pay, you know, whatever X amount of dollars for like an access moment, and you know they're doing their job, they're doing the meet and greet.
Not
But
personable.
Right. At an indie show, when you say, "Hey, I met this person," you can mean it.
Mm-hmm.
You sat, you talked with them, you talked about maybe the inspiration behind the merch, oh, what it is you're doing, or you know, actually engage with them. So like with me, I don't want to take pictures, I want to build bonds.
Yeah.
And for you to tell me that like Harlow and Tasha have spoken highly of me like that, that's beautiful. That means the world to me because those are two athletes that I genuinely believe in.
Yeah.
So like that's the goal. Is like this indie wrestling is to you feel connected. You know, like it's the pride hit different when you had a conversation with them in a gym.
Yeah.
You know, Brooklyn before they're in Madison Square Garden selling out.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And just to be clear, anybody that may not understand the dynamics here, like there's people who are selfish who just want to see other people do better. Then there's people that's like, well, I want everything to revolve around me and I become the star. And typically that person I'm kind of molding out aren't really the people that's doing the work. They're just literally, you know, this self-inflated person, an egotistical person that just thinks it's about them. And in personal independent wrestling, I feel it's about everybody, and that's what I love about it. You know what I mean? WWE and whatever, that's that.
It's
like
great. It's the end game. It's the goal.
Yeah.
It's, you know, I'm gonna set myself up and my family up, hopefully for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
That's what you work towards.
Yeah.
But you know, it's the support. Everything is just. It's a whole different level. It's a different feeling. Like, I mean, again, just little things. We talk about Mia when she had a match with Jordan. She came out with a 13th floor T-shirt. Like to this day, Trev talks to me about that. Like how awesome that was. Like we're you know not necessarily big up in the New York area, and she's wearing us in Atlanta. Big, like little things like that. You know, like fans doing artwork for them and them feeling so connected to, like just those little things is so much more. The bond is greater because it's there. It's intimate. I can see you. I don't have to worry about these 2 6'7", 400-pound security guards tackling me if I get too close to hug you because you're inviting the hug.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true. And by all means, too, like as much as we're emphasizing on everything being so family oriented and the culture being really cool, people still by all means, be respectful. Don't cross the lines.
Don't cross. Please don't cross.
And you don't get that there. You don't get that there. I you know, everyone people I've been around, you know, everyone's happy. And again, besides just the quality of the production and the wrestling in the ring, everything about it is just on the up and up. The positivity, the vibes is for everybody. Very inclusive, and you know, it's just a good feel. I mean, you don't get a better bang for your buck for the money you spent to go to a Battle Club show. So you know, people like even if the traveling is an obstacle for you, whatever, watch some of the stuff on the Title Match Network. Like it's out there. And even then, I feel like the experience still gravitates you to see the purity of what's happening up in the New York area and maybe other places too. You ran Connecticut, you ran New Jersey. Wouldn't it be opposed to seeing you drip down in the DC area maybe one time? I don't know, man.
I want to go everywhere, man. I would love to have a show in every state. Eventually a show in every continent and every country. Like the goal is to make it worldwide. But again, I zero desire for blood money. I want everybody to come up. Like we're gonna come up like a family. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna win because that's what y'all deserve, and that's what I want.
Right on. Well, again, yeah, you're right, because we could probably talk for like years on this, and then if I talk too long, then no one's going to listen to the episode. So, but anyway, for again, just to make sure I got everything plugged in, everything will be in the description. But if you're just listening for whatever reason, for sure, holla at Joakim on his Twitter page, Joakim Morales, and at X Battle Club Pro. Follow his personal page and the page there, and reach out to him about sponsorships and stuff too. So definitely open. They treat their sponsors good, as you see. You get on flyers, you get time to interact with talent and himself and staff and all sorts of things, banner placement, all that. So it's good business, man. You know, and you know me. You know, running a podcast, whatever. I'm going to give props for somebody that's running good business on a note, and also can be very friendly and personable on another note. So, like a guy that just does it all, selfless, and puts on damn good wrestling in New York. So, it doesn't get no better than that. So, definitely the people who support it, come out, and if you got any questions, shoot them a message. Those DMs are open. No creepy questions too. Always got to filter people out, man. You just don't people get too comfortable. Don't want nobody DMing like, "Hey, can I come stay up there with you?" Like, no, you can't do that. We're not that family. Well, anyway, y'all. Again, June 21st. Get your tickets if you haven't got it now. And Joakim, thanks for hollering at me tonight, man. I'll catch you next Friday. Maybe we'll do something in person as well, too.
Oh, that would be great, man. Thank you so much, family. I appreciate it.
No doubt. And anybody that tuned in tonight, thank you for tuning in. And again, all the information is in the description. And make sure you subscribe so that when I'm late to shows because of updates and stuff, you'll get that notification when we go live, and you can catch all the other exclusive interviews and content that's coming out. But again, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you guys next week.